Sometimes life brings us people who shine like the sun. They light up our path, warm our soul, and leave a mark that never fades. Others instead appear like shooting stars, dazzling for a moment and then gone, leaving only emptiness. Today, I want to tell you the story of one of those lights that never dims, Demet Özdemir, and of a shadow that tried to snuff her out, Can Yaman. Demet won over the screen not only with her natural beauty and talent, but with her sincerity, her effort, and her heart. She left a piece of herself in every project. She was loved not only in Turkey, but all over the world. Can, on the other hand, came across as charming, confident, seductive. But a perfect body or charming smile isn't enough, because when a soul is empty, it shows. When they starred together in Daydreamer, their chemistry was undeniable. They seemed destined to shine together. But while Demet showed humility, commitment, and authenticity, Ken got lost in image, scandals, and empty flings. To him, women were moments. To Demet, love was about commitment. That's where the imbalance began. Demet lived love truthfully. She didn't hide it, she protected it. Can instead turned it into a show. And when fame called him abroad, he simply left. He walked away from the woman who gave him light, unaware of what he was losing. Since then, Can has followed a path of fleeting relationships and repetitive roles. The same characters, the same patterns, the same emptiness. With each role, she proved her strength comes from within, not from fame. Today, she's at the top. Not because of scandals, but thanks to her work, her honesty, and her soul. Does Can understand what he lost? Maybe not, but it doesn't matter. Because while he keeps searching in others what he can no longer have, Demet keeps shining, stronger than ever. And no, women like her don't come around twice. Men like him do. What Can Yaman is living is not a fairy tale. It's real emotional weight. The pressure of always being strong, desirable, successful, until the soul wears down. That's why he seeks therapy, reconnects, rebuilds. And that's not weakness. That's bravery. Today, Can doesn't need blind applause or harsh criticism. He needs to be seen as a human, an artist searching for something deeper than appearances. Maybe his country hasn't truly valued him yet. But those of us who see further know, Can Yaman wasn't born just to attract, but to leave a mark. Talking about Demet Özdemir means talking about a woman who has built her own path with quiet yet undeniable determination. Despite constant media pressure and endless speculation, she keeps going, head held high, proving that talent is measured by consistency and truth, not headlines. To me, Demet represents a generation that refuses labels, that makes mistakes, falls down, but rises stronger. She's been many things: a captivating dancer, a versatile actress, a style icon, but also a frequent target of unfair criticism, often driven by gossip far removed from her craft. More has been said about her relationships, her silence, her tears, than about her acting skills, her discipline, or the challenges she's faced since her youth. And that, in my view, says more about us than about her. Many still link her to the past, especially to Can Yaman. Some hope for reconciliation, others blame her for choices that are hers alone. But she's proven she doesn't need to live in anyone's shadow to shine. She's reinvented herself, taken on deeper, more mature roles, and shown she's ready to grow, even if that disappoints those who wanted her to remain in a predefined box. Behind that radiant smile is a woman who's had to deal with the weight of fame, with successes, contradictions, and with a world that isn't always kind to those who guard their privacy. Demet doesn't answer every attack, doesn't enter scandals, doesn't shout her truth. And while some see that as coldness, I see it as strength. In a world where everything is on display, knowing when to stay silent is courage. Yes, she may have made mistakes. Who hasn't? But she's had the strength to move forward, not letting those stumbles define her. She's continued choosing projects that reflect her, causes she believes in, and a life that might not be perfect but is real. She doesn't need to defend every choice. Her actions, her career, they speak for her. I admire Demet not just for what she shows on screen, but for what I imagine she's endured off screen. Staying graceful amid noise, pursuing art in a shallow industry, walking with dignity when others wait for you to fall, that's rare. That's what strong, self-aware women do. And for this reason, more than ever, I feel we must stop demanding explanations from Demet Özdemir. We must respect her silence, her choices, her timing. And above all, we must celebrate her, not just as an artist, but as a free woman. Because she's not here to meet our expectations, she's here to live her truth. And in these times, that is a bold and beautiful form of resistance. What's more, even with her professionalism, she hasn't lost her warmth. You can see it in her interviews, her fans, her small but sincere gestures. She's still that woman who smiles with her eyes and stays true to her audience. That's why it bothers me when she's constantly compared to Can. They are two different paths. She's so much more than a past relationship. She's a complete artist, a woman who doesn't need noise to shine. And she proves that real success is built with integrity, step by step. While some cling to nostalgia, she looks forward. That's what I admire most. Her ability to be reborn without denying the past, her elegance in silence, her maturity in a superficial world. Demet Özdemir doesn't need to justify anything. She's already shown us who she is, and continues to do so in every role, every gesture, every silence. Demet represents a kind of artist who doesn't need to attract attention to stand out. She works consistently, chooses meaningful projects, and commits fully to them. Every role she plays is imbued with her energy and sensitivity. That shows her career is not a matter of chance, but of years of effort and conscious choices.